it's me, your number one fan, NIUBOI, and I was lucky enough to be able to find the Lady Gaga Oreos. The Chromatica Oreos. I searched far and wide across the internet for places that were selling in Canada, and the shipping was obscene to get them from any other city. But luckily there is a store called Johnny B Sweets. It's right on the edge of Sherwood Park, like it's right at the beginning of the Sherwood Park freeway. I ordered them in advance. I went to pick them up. I was lucky enough to have a bubble friend with a car who went to go pick them up with me. And I'm so excited. I already did an unboxing last night, but today I want to get into my review. So we're going to do a detailed package expose, and I'm going to talk about what they taste like. So let's get into it. First of all, yes, I am wearing a bed sheet, but I realized that I don't have enough like hot pink clothing because I've been using hot pink as my contrast color. So I have like the hot pink sheets, the hot pink pillows, but not a lot of hot pink clothing. So here I am wrapped in a bed sheet. Love you, Gaga. Here we go. Here they are. I opted for the smaller package of 6 cookies rather than the full-size pack because I had heard that they tasted bad, and I figured if they tasted bad, I didn't need to spend more money on more disgusting cookies. So I thought I would just get the small one. I got 3 packages, one to open and eat, one for my best friend down pool, and one that I'm gonna open and encase them in resin. I'm gonna cast the 6 Oreos in resin. And stay tuned because when this channel hits 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be giving away some resin cast Lady Gaga Oreos. That's right. So let's get a closer look at the packaging. You can see that they've given you like a little teaser of what the color is gonna look like. And then here you've got, I have to cover my face. Here you've got a scan code. And so I scanned that last night and it takes you to Oreo's website where you can send a Lady Gaga Valentine where Gaga like says a thing like you're my best friend or whatever. I sent one to Dumb Fool, but anyone can access the link. I'll put the link down in the description box because anyone can send a Lady Gaga Valentine. You don't have to have the cookies. And then the other thing I thought was really cute is that there's a little message there that says a cookie by Lady Gaga. In Chromatica, no one thing is greater than another. I think that's really cute. Everything else is just like the sort of serving information, the usual kind of stuff. So ultimately, like the packaging, not that exciting. It was cool that they had that scan feature. That was fun. You can also record your own. I didn't do that. I just used Gaga's voice because why would I use my voice when I could have Lady Gaga? Okay, so let's take a look at the cookies. So there were several designs of cookies, and I got at least one of each, which was wonderful. Just trying to find, yeah, okay. So this one was like the most rare. I only got one of it. It says Chromatica on one side, and then on the other side it's just the Oreo logo. And then the next design is this heart design. And on most of them, the other side is just the Oreo logo. So it's usually like one special design and then one kind of boring design. The next one is this Chromatica logo. And again, on the other side, just regular. And you can see inside is quite green. Like it's like a rich, it's got almost like a sheen to it. It's green. And the The outside is, I would call it salmon. Like, it's not quite a hot pink. It's pink, but it's not as bold as like this. Let's take a bite. Let's see how they taste. The first taste that you get is food coloring. It's that taste of like, you know when you go to the grocery store and you pick up a cake with like really bold food coloring colors, and you can really taste that like sweet food coloring icing. That's what the inside tastes like. You get a little bit of that like Oreo filling, but for the most part, you taste food coloring. But something that I've noticed is that the cookies themselves, they just taste like regular Oreo cookies. But you also don't like taste any food coloring, which is nice. Because this green, this is where you're getting the food coloring taste. So it is a bold flavor. It's one that not a lot of people like. I would say people think of it as like a cheap sweetness. Like if you're someone who loves like really high quality chocolate or high quality candies, I don't think that Lady Gaga Oreos are for you. But the way that I see them is like, they're a treat. They're not a snack, they're a treat, they're a gift. So it's almost like buying the beautiful chocolate for someone on Valentine's Day or for a birthday and anniversary. It's like buying the beautiful chocolate instead of the expensive quality chocolate. It's the one that's in a silly shape that you know that they'll like. It's like buying the giant chocolate bunny at Easter. You know that that's not going to be high quality chocolate. The like big ones, not the little Lindt ones, the big ones. You know it's not going to be high quality chocolate, but you're buying it because it's in the shape of a bunny. So I look at it like that. It's like the Lady Gaga Oreos are a little bit sweeter than a regular Oreo. They definitely have a bold food coloring taste, but it doesn't perturb me. It doesn't, like, I'm gonna eat them all. I'm not like, oh, I'll never eat them again. And I see them very much as a treat. Like they're a specialty Oreo that you buy for yourself for a special moment or for someone that you love for a specialty moment. So I know a lot of people have pooped on them on the internet that they don't taste good. But I am here to say that if you are someone who likes sweets, I think you will love them. And if you have a special someone in your life who is a little monster, who is a Lady Gaga stan, who loves Chromatica, I think this is a really lovely gift. And you know what? These packages were $3.99 plus tax for 6 cookies. So, and I didn't have to pay shipping. I just drove to Sherwood Park to pick them up. So that's not like an unreasonable cost to celebrate yourself, celebrate someone that you love, celebrate Kindness Punks and Chromatica and Lady Gaga. And I love purchasing myself silly things. Like that's how I build my serotonin, is through purchasing. You know, that's a problem, certainly, but also it's not harming anyone. So I say if you want to get yourself some Lady Gaga Oreos and you want to try them for yourself, I fully support you. And if you're thinking like, hey, you know, my special someone would really like those, I think you should do it. I recommend them as a gift. I think that they're a really lovely item. But I would recommend getting the small package for $3.99 rather than the full-size package for I think $12.99, because ultimately they are a little overly sweet. You're not gonna want to eat a whole lot of them in one sitting. So I would say opt for the smaller package, save a little bit of money, but then, you know, you have the experience of the cookies. And yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people like to keep things in package, but like I was saying, I feel like the packaging is not that exciting, at least for the little ones. So I am gonna open my extra one and cast them in resin so that I can have little pucks with Chromatica Oreos in them, like a coaster or a little design object, a little tchotchke for your portmanteau. And let's try and get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow me on every social media. I'm either NIUBOI or NIUBOI or NIUBOI. So have an amazing day. Be kind. Chromatica, kindness punks. I love you.